Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's continue with this final exercise in the topic of pitch for the Discovering Music Theory on page 23 of the Grade 1 booklet. And so we continue with the topic of tones and semitones using sharps, flats and naturals, accidentals. And we're now required to create the intervals that are explained as required. So we need to create a tone or create a semitone by adding any appropriate accidental. And so here we're asked to create a tone from this. And so this is the one that we'd have to change. They've put an arrow over which one we need to change to create the required step or half step. And so we've got a B to a C. So we've got a B to a C. Let's get rid of some previous scribble here. There we go. So we've got a B to a C. And that at the moment is not a full tone. That's a half step, isn't it? That's a semitone. And so in order to create a bigger interval to make the distance bigger to a full step, the B needs to drop down. So we need to flatten the B. And so that's why they've put a flat sign, because B to C is a semitone, whereas B flat to C is the full tone as required. And so let's look at a couple of these together first of all. So we're still in the treble clef. We've got an A and we've got a G. And we need to have a semitone. At the moment, that's a full tone. We've got two half steps. And so we need to change this G to make it closer to the A by half a step. So the G will need to come higher as a G sharp. We're raising, sharp raises. And so that then makes a semitone distance. So G to A is a tone, raise the G. So if we add a sharp, we now have the accurate semitone. Let's try this next one. So we're in the bass clef now. Watch out, we've changed clef. This is an E. By all means write the letters, and this is a D. All cows eat, good boys deserve. And so at the moment, E to D is a full tone, whereas we need it to be a semitone, and we need to change the D somehow to create the interval. And so to make the D closer by half a step, we need to raise the D to make it D sharp, and then we've got a semitone instead of a tone. Next door, right next door is a semitone. So that needs to be a D sharp for that interval of a semitone, that distance of a semitone to be correct. Let's look at the next one. So by all means do press pause if you think you can just have a go on your own, or if not now, at any point do press pause and then we can check them through together. It's okay, always write in pencil. We can always just rub it out and have another go. So here we have a B, bass clef B, and there is a C. So we need that to be a tone, and we've got to change this. So at the moment, B to C is a semitone right next door. And so to change the C to make it a full step, we've got to raise the C. So we've got half, half, two halves make a full step, a tone. And so if we raise the C to a C sharp, then we've created a full step. So that needs to be a C sharp, otherwise it's a semitone, not a tone. So here, now here we have the same note, but we need to change it so that it becomes a semitone. Now remember, this is still a G sharp, so that's G sharp. That is still G sharp, isn't it? And we need it to be a semitone apart. At the moment, it's exactly the same note. So G sharp, in order to make that G, we need it to be a semitone apart, and in order to make it a G, we've got to add a natural sign to cancel the sharp, and then we're a semitone apart. So G sharp to G natural is a semitone. So that's that one. So here we have an F in the treble and we have an E. So at the moment, F to E is a semitone. We need it to be a tone, and we need to change this E. So in order to extend that distance down half a step, half, half, we need to add a flat, because remember, a flat lowers a note. And so this needs to be E flat in order to be a tone away. So if you haven't already, do now. I strongly suggest that you have a go on your own. It's okay to make mistakes, that's how you'll learn. So I'm hoping that you've had a go on your own, and now let's check through these together. So then we need to create a tone. We're in the bass clef, we've got a G sharp, all kinds eat grass, and then we've got an F. So at the moment, G sharp to F is actually too far away. It's even bigger than a tone, isn't it? It's half, half, and then another half a step. It's kind of a tone and a half, isn't it? And so we need it to be from G sharp to F sharp to create that tone. 2 half steps away, not 3. So we need to actually raise that F to F sharp in order to make it a tone. So we've raised this note as directed to create a tone. It was too big without the sharp, wasn't it? And still in the bass clef, we've got a D, good boys deserve, and an E. So D to E is a tone. That's too big. We need it to be a semitone, and we need to change the second note. So D, a semitone away, would be E flat. We need to lower this E to an E flat to make it a semitone. So if we add a flat, that will do the job for us. And then finally, we have in the treble clef, we have a D sharp, every good boy deserves, D sharp. And remember, this is still D sharp, isn't it? It's not been cancelled. It's still a D sharp. That sharp sign is still active. And so to make it a semitone difference, we need it to be a normal D. And to do that, we need to add the natural sign. Then we are a semitone apart. So that's that. So I do recommend that you just grab your instrument and listen to the sounds that these make. Listen to the distance between a tone and a semitone. Ordinarily, a semitone, especially if you played them together on the piano, if you played next door notes together, it's a really harsh crunch. It's a less kind of unpleasant crunch if it's a tone. A semitone really does make a definite crunch sound. And so listen to that discord and how harsh it is when it's a semitone. And then listen to them as intervals and listen to them in step, and you can hear how close they are. If you're thinking about it, on a string instrument, for example, on a guitar, a semitone is frets. Fret, 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 fret. And you're not confused by whether there are black notes and white notes, or white notes and black notes, or white notes to white notes. It's just fret, 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 fret. The only complication occurs when you have to jump to your next string, because you could be playing the same note or a very close one, but it feels a different position. So do look at this in practice on your instrument. However, for our purposes, for grade 1, that's pitch complete. There are some exercises where you can test yourself later. By all means, you can have a go of that, but we will address those later as a revision exercise. So you've got a little bit of time to forget about it and then come back to it, and it'll refresh your memory. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.